I love it. I love it. I love it. Good. Grab seats. Grab seats. Thank you. Holy moly, it's great to be here with you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, how many guys listen to or watch PBD podcasts? Who watches? All right. We love it. We appreciate your support. We have a lot of fun with this. And by the way, thank you, Tom, for the message. I got to take it. I hate to disappoint you. I saw Michael up here proper with his notes and, reading. He's been preparing for this for a couple weeks. I hate to disappoint you. I don't have a message written out. I don't have a PowerPoint, but I got a lot of things I want to share with you here. And I thought Michael crushed it. I heard yesterday was on fire with Tucker, with Don. I heard Don gave maybe one of his best talks he's ever given here. And Shapiro was here, and then Steve Bannon and Riley Gaines, all of this stuff. Let me get to it with the time that I have here with you. So, last year, who was here at the event last year? Okay. Do you remember the tension last year? Do you remember what things felt like just a year ago? Everybody was kind of like, oof, what's going to happen? December 2023, there was a lot of heated moments in the Republican Party, all the criticism going after Trump. Maybe it's going to be something else. Biden's going to come up. Oh, he's going to... Year later, today, if everybody told you last year President Donald Trump was going to win, how would you have celebrated last year? You'd be all over the place, right? But here's the thing. November 5th may have been a great day for many of you, conservatives and Republicans. It may have been a great day for President Donald Trump. It may have been a great day with the Avengers that they put together, himself, Bobby Kennedy, that came out in Arizona also at one of the Turning Point USA events. You got Elon Musk. You got Tulsi Gabbard. You got the entire team, Laura Trump, who did a phenomenal job behind closed doors, Vivek, all of these folks. But November 5th, listen to me, folks, was the worst day ever for one person. Do you know who that one person was? Barack Obama. Not Kamala, Barack Obama. Kamala's not a top 20 player on the Democratic Party. Let me say it one more time. She is not a top 20 player. Barack Obama was number one. Go back and think about his track record. Winning. 2004. It doesn't matter if you're black or white or if you're Hispanic or you're this or you're that. This is about America. This is about unification. Boom! Wins, books, making money, on top of the world, two-term president, face of the Democratic Party, goes to all these Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon shows. Everybody loves him. George Clooney, celebrities, he's a rock star. He's the black Jesus for the Democratic Party. This was the worst day of his life, November 5th. Here's why, though. Let me tell you why. Look, how many guys used to play basketball or baseball or some kind of sports? How many guys were really good? Raise your hand if you were really good. How many guys think you were really good, but you actually played college sports? Raise your hand if you played college. So these guys were really good. Raise your hand if you played college sports. Okay. Anybody here ever played professional? Like somebody paid you to play, not illegally back in the days in college, but okay, some of you guys got paid. Do you know what happens when you used to be great in sports and people used to come and watch you? And then 5 years go by, 20 years go by, and now you play, your kids don't even want to watch you. You're no longer interesting when you play basketball, right? This happens to us with looks. This happens to us with fame, when we had a great show. This happens to us with a lot of different things. No one's interested in what he has to say anymore. So then you fast forward and you say, okay, Pat, where are you going with this? This is the part. Hear me out. Because today, Trump, Musk, team, J.D. Vance, which, by the way, I got to tell you guys up front, I was not a J.D. guy up front. I thought J.D. did an incredible job the last 4 or 5 months. I thought he played a phenomenal role the last few months, and I'm just being upfront with you. I don't know this guy. I was watching some of the old clips, but now when you watch him, the debate, the way he handled it, when Waltz talked about what happened to his family, you saw the gentle side of him of saying, I'm so sorry your family had to go through this. It was a very unique way when we saw this. So why am I presenting this thing to you here the way that I am?
See, for us at Valuetainment, we're going on a 40-year run. We're going to do some things for the next 40 years. If God keeps us healthy, my 12-year-old son is here. I don't know where he's at. Tico is somewhere here. Can you stand up, please? I brought my 12-year-old son here. I am so glad that Charlie Kirk does these types of events, because in the future I can bring my kids here every year. Just so you know, yesterday I finish up the office. I drive late at night to go with my family at the vacation spot that we got. I got everybody situated. I get on the jet. We come down here. We barely landed. I walk in here. She's put on the mic. I hit the stage. We're going to be here for 2 hours. Get back on the jet and go back to the family. We'll land around 1:30. 2 o'clock, because we're completely on the opposite side. But we do this because I believe Charlie Kirk in the last 12 months was the top 5 most formidable voices on what happened with this victory. I put him as a top 5. So stay with me here. Stay with me here. What happens when you win? Think about what happens when you win. This is very important for all of us to be aware of this. What happens when you win? How do you walk when you win? Tall. How do you walk when you lose? How do you walk when you lose? Okay, but let me ask you a question. Well, watch this here. Watch this here. It's very important. I've run an insurance agency for 20-something years, and I watch my guys, after an award ceremony, they would come up and say the guy wins the MVP. And he'd go, well, yeah, we beat you guys, and we did this, and we did that, and we did this. And I would always go back. The winner, almost always, their level of paranoia drops a little bit. Arrogance goes up. Speed slows down because you won. And you think you're always going to win. You know what's the best case study of this? What the Democrats did the last 4 years. They won. And during COVID, they embarrassed everybody. They forced veterans to take a vaccine they didn't want to take. They forced veterans to get out. They forced people to do things that made no sense. My son, I'll never forget, one day we're sitting down, he's 8 years old, we're in Dallas. Jennifer says, babe, you got to come talk to Tico. What's up? He misses his friends. He wants to go to school. I said, babe, I'm going to be his teacher. He's going to come to the office every day. We had one of our best 90 days together during COVID when he was at the office, reading books, all this stuff that we were doing. I was his teacher while I'm running the company. But watch this. When that happened, the Democrats got so arrogant, thinking they're going to own it for 20 years. And they started bullying. And they forgot about the message of America. The greatest country in the world, how this guy from Iran who lived there for 11 years would watch Rocky IV over and over and over and over and over and over again, because the dream was to one day come to this country. We left Iran 6 weeks after Khomeini died. We go to Germany. I live at a refugee camp for a year and a half. Then I come here November 28, 1990. I cannot believe I'm in America. This is almost like I have to pinch myself. We're in America. I'm walking around the airport looking for Sylvester Stallone. Where's Rocky? Where's Gremlins? Where is this Gremlin? Are they going to pop up? Where are all these? Where's Ghostbusters? We're looking for all these guys, because America to me is movies. But they got arrogant. And they moved like they're going to control you forever. Abusive policies, the LGBTQ agenda, the woke policies. And by the way, Peter Thiel said it best when he was on a podcast with Barry Weiss. He said, you realize when Musk got up and he says, this is the most monumental election of all time. Peter Thiel, who's a billionaire, very important guy behind closed doors. Peter Thiel says, Elon, every election people say it's very monumental. Why, what do you mean this is monumental? He says he eventually got to a point to say, now I fully believe this is a monumental election. He says, why? He says, this is the reason why. You have no idea what just happened 6 weeks ago, folks. This is so important for America. Let me explain to you. He says, if Kamala would have won for the next 20 years, all these 20,000 kids, the next Charlie Kirks that are inspired to become the next Trumps, guess what they're going to say? That was luck. It only happened one time. It was lucky when he won in 2016. Pure luck. That wasn't what America really wanted. What America really wants is more progressive policies. What America really wants is more control. What America really wants is more, entitlement programs. That's what America really wants. And it's like, no, we don't want that. I mean, there's never been a time where you've converted more Democrats to Republicans than 2024. You say you need a Rogan, you had a Rogan. You see me, you need an Elon Musk, you had an Elon Musk. You say you need a Kennedy, he was yours. Tulsi was yours. You had everybody, but you pushed them out. You were so arrogant and entitled, and that's a turn off. So, watch this. My guys would win, they would leave, and we walk like this. My suggestion, I may be wrong, my suggestion is for us, now that we won, to continue converting and looking for the next people to bring to the party. The next Bobbies, the next Tulsis. I think we find a way to get folks like Joe Manchin, to have serious conversations with them. I think we find ways to get some of these other guys that are in the media space that are sitting there saying, Trump is smarter than you think. He's smarter than all of us. Van Jones, what? Cenk Uygur from Young Turks, he's sitting there now defending you. There is such a weird thing going on, but we can't be arrogant. We have to baptize. We have to baptize. Now, we all have to get better at baptizing. I remember when we used to go to a church called Shepherd of the Hills. Most people don't know the story. The pastor there is Dudley Rutherford. Who knows who Dudley Rutherford is? Anybody? Make some noise if you know Dudley Rutherford. In my opinion, he's the best pastor in America, but it's in my opinion. Please don't get upset. I'm telling you, in my opinion, he's the best pastor in America. You know what would happen to us? Over a span of 15 years, we, out of the insurance agents we recruited collectively, we got around 1,000 people to get baptized at church. Do you know how? We didn't invite them. Hear me out. The most basic way of doing it, do you know how we did it? By simply being interested in them. How you doing? How's everything? What's your name? How's family? We may disagree politically. Tell me about yourself. Where are you from? What's your favorite sport? Hey, you know what? I think we have some stuff in common. Why don't you come and spend some time with us? Well, you guys are conservatives. We are. Oof, man, I'm like, my wife and I totally get it. Can I make some food for you? Can I cook for you? Let me cook for you. Every Tuesday night, I'm cooking for people at my house, barbecue. Come to the house. Hey, let me make some chicken for you guys. My famous specialty recipe I've had since '99. Literally, I have one of the best recipes. Obviously, I'm saying it. If I was to get into the chicken restaurant business, we would blow it up. I'm just not interested. So don't connect me and say I have the #1 chicken produce company in the world. I'm not getting into that business. But we would sit there. And people who said they would never, ever sell life insurance for the rest of their lives wanted to get into the business. People who say they will never be conservatives, ever. Me, conservative, libertarian, independent, Republican, never. The way we treat them the next 4 years, we're going to get these guys. You know what they're going to say? It's going to be like this. Stephanie Rule. I call Kamala, they don't pick up. I call Biden, they don't pick up. 50 layers of people. I call Trump, he picks up. I just wanted to do an interview, and you heard what she said. She said, F off, right? He said to her, F off, the words. She's not saying that words, but Trump said, I'm not interested. But she says the fact that Trump is available, she's complimentary of the fact that at least I can get a hold of this guy. I think if we do this strategy the next 4 years, I think the key is now the lead. We have a lead now, but it's not that big of a lead to get arrogant. I think if we take the lead, this could be a 20-year run we go on. And when I mean 20-year run, this is what I mean by it. Think about the bench that we have right now. Trump right now is the president. President-elect, soon to be president. And we all have to stay paranoid till January 20th to see what happens. All these drones we're seeing all over the place, we have to be very paranoid, skeptical, and not believe anything until we kind of size everybody up to see what's going on over here. And I'm glad the fact that he's making a decision to not go visit Bedminster right now. I think the people that are around him need to be overly protective and make sure that that decision-making is processed the right way until he is in. Once we're in, then we can kind of play a little bit more offense. But from there on, think about what happens now. J.D. Vance proved he can debate. J.D. Vance proved he can sit up against anybody in media and shut them down. Vivek proved he's not afraid of anybody. He's formidable, brilliant. He can go up against anybody, right? Laura Trump, my opinion, some are not going to like this, but it is what it is. I believe Eric and Laura Trump may be the #1 couple, power couple on the Republican side, Eric and Laura. Eric, formidable. Laura, what she did with the 2,000 lawyers, unbelievable, right? They're at the top as well. The bench that we have, Don Jr. behind closed doors. Don Jr. has played such an important role of getting people to like him. Getting people to like him. A lot of decisions were made behind closed doors because people went through Don. So, hey, I go through Don. Don was the filtering process. Don built the relationship. This is a good guy. And then the introductions made. Don played a very important role. Then they got Charlie Kirk. He's only 31 years old. The bench is deep, which means this bench could go for 20 years. But my ideal situation would be for us to all focus on baptizing. Disrespect less. Disrespect less, baptize more. Get to know the opposition a little bit and baptize them. Get to know them. Surprise them with unreasonable hospitality. Give them a kind of a treatment they've never gotten before. Let them walk away saying, why is this guy who's supposed to not like me treat me better than the people who are supposed to like me? Why are you so good to me? And then they go to sleep in bed at 10 o'clock at night, 10:30 at night with their wives, and they say, babe, you know what's the weirdest thing that happened? Yeah, what about it? You know the Jackson family down the street? Yeah, what about those guys, babe? You know what they did today? What? They got you a gift. What? The Jacksons? Yeah, babe, they got you a gift. What gift was it? I have it down, so babe, they got you the chocolate that you said one time 2 months ago that you liked. They got a box of chocolate for you, and they just said, give it to Mary. No, they didn't, babe. Here, let's go in the kitchen. This is from them. Babe, what was the motive? There is no motive. No way, they want something from us. No, babe, they just said, give this to her because you like the chocolate. What if we do that? What if we all start looking at ourselves? And by the way, sometimes we come over here, and I've been running a business for a long time, and a lot of times everybody thinks, well, you're the CEO. Well, you're the CEO. The way this is going to work the next 4 years is every single person in here needs to walk away thinking, working, driving, baptizing, driving like a CEO. You, in your family, you got 3 kids and a wife, you're the CEO. You got a job with 7 people that are reporting to you, you're the CEO. You can win those people over by the way you treat them. This isn't about, if you think about how many people left the Republican Party to the Democratic Party or left the Democratic Party for the Republican Party, it's one reason. Somebody offended them. Somebody offended them. Now, this doesn't mean walk around on eggshells. I talk shit as much as I can, but I get everybody else that wants to come to our podcast. Why? Because when they come to us, afterwards, I feed them, I get to know them, I treat them respectfully, we exchange texts. We're in many different group texts with people that disagree with us, but we're treating them with respect, and they're not accustomed to that. This is very basic fundamentals of stuff that we're talking about. That's not just about business. This is about life. Now, to everybody else, while you're in here, the marketplace of Turning Point USA, there's a lot of different types of people that come here. Some of you guys are older. You're above 60. You have money. You've done well for yourself. And some of you are coming here because you're bringing your grandkids with you. Make some noise if you brought a grandchild with you. Make some noise if you brought someone with you. How many of you guys came here with your mom or your dad? Make some noise if you came here with your mom and your dad. So did I. I came with my son. We came as a family. Everybody in this room needs to choose to go on their own 10, 20, 30, 40-year run. Everybody. Because the bench is deep, but the bench needs to get deeper. We have young folks over here that I'm looking at these guys. I'm wondering what their dreams are. What are they thinking about? Who do they want to be? What type of pain are they willing to go through? Are you willing to be patient about how you communicate with other people? Are you willing to take your game to the next level so you're a leader within your community? That's what's going on with this community here, Turning Point USA. Are you willing to do that? The rest of us as parents, how can we get better? What can we do to become better earners? How can we increase our market value? But I think right now, if done right, this is not going to be a 4-year run, because the next 4 years, does anybody know how quickly it's going to be November 5th, 2028? Does anyone know how quickly the next 4 years is going to go? You ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Like that. It's 2028. I'm telling you, like that, it's 2028. We just landed. Just a few minutes ago, we're like, oh my God, are we gonna make the time? It says 19 seconds, 18 seconds, and I got 10 minutes to take some questions here from you guys. But the next 4 years will go like this, and sometimes where you're winning, we become cocky. Let the Democrats be a great case study for us not to get too comfortable and us not to play too much offense and become arrogant where we don't baptize a lot of people the next 4 years. Having said that, they asked me to pause at the end to do some Q&A. If there's any questions, I'll take a few questions for the next 10 minutes. Yes, go for it. Tell us.
You got your question ready?
Yeah.
Grab that way.
All right.
Oh, we're going this way.
Ready?
So he said, what is your vision for Iran without the Iranian Republican of ragheads, is what he said. He said that. I didn't say it, so, you know. What's your name, by the way? Mateen? Matisse? Mateen. Cancel culture. His name is Mateen. Please come over here. All right. Love your mustache, by the way. I love your mustache. Much love. By the way, when it comes down to Iran, they're in a rough spot right now if you think about it. They were not wanting this guy to win.
Sounds good.
They did not want this administration to win. And I've been having a lot of conversations with the Crown Reza Pahlavi of Iran and a lot of different people in Iran. It's going to be interesting the next few years to see how we're going to play ball, what policies we're going to come up with, how aggressive we're going to be. But if there was one person they did not want to see become president, and they really deep down inside did not want to see this guy win, it was President Trump, which is very, very good news for the Iranian people around the world. Collectively, we have to make a lot of noise the next 4 years, to make some progress. Yes, I'll go here with the mic. Right here, white shirt. I'll come to you next. Go for it.
Hi, Mr. Bit David. My name's David. We met outside, and I'm from Boston, so I'm a Red Sox fan. Sorry about that to you, but
Stop it. You have to bring that right now and say you're a Red Sox fan. But go ahead, tell us.
So I did want to say, ever since Trump won in the landslide, there's been a lot of effort by the media to basically put self-doubt on people for backing him and his nominees and everything. But I just want to say, or ask, when you get in a situation like that where you believe that you're right and you know that you're doing the right thing and someone tries to put self-doubt on you, what do you do to try and...
Do you know what's so funny? Who watched a podcast 2 months ago, pre-election, that I predicted they're going to pin President Trump against Musk? Who watched that podcast? Okay. Oh, wow. A lot of you guys did. How long ago did I say that, by the way? How long ago was it? 2 months ago? I think it was around 2 months ago. It was pre-election when I said this. And I said the only way they can now win next is to pin Musk against Trump and come up with these wars they're calling President Musk and all this other stuff and puppet master all these things. Then the next thing they're going to do when they create a wedge there is then they're going to have to pin Vivek against J.D. Vance against Trump, Eric Trump, and all these other guys, right? They're going to play that game. And, the challenge then there becomes, and this is very dangerous, guys, but this is probably the most dangerous things that I'll explain to you as the next part, is flattery. Because here's what happens. Let's just say I'm President Trump and I got 5 people around me in my administration, okay? And CNN thinks the reason why I won is because of J.D. Vance. Or this other person who's a senator, Democrat, that's been on for 20 years, he thinks I won because of Musk or because of whoever. Behind closed doors, this is what's going to happen behind closed doors, and none of us are going to see it. They're going to come in, they're going to say, hey, JD, let's face it, without you, Trump doesn't win. It's just because of you. We know that. Everyone knows that. By the way, everybody behind closed doors says because of you. JD has to stand tall. Hey, it's because of you. Bobby has to stand. We can't fall for flattery.
Next one over.
Empty compliments. To me, the list of people you should receive compliments to should be less than 20 names in life. Everybody can give you compliments, but about 20 of them, you should allow 90% to be filtered out. Everybody else that's giving you compliments, flattery. Going back to it. Do you know who I trust the most in my life? Who do you think I trust the most in my life outside of God? You think I trust my friends and family more? Or you think I trust my enemies more? I trust my enemies more. You know why? Because it's 100%. There is no faith. It's 100%. If they had it your way, they'd like to put you out of business. If it was up to them, they would love to see you fall. If it was up to them. So I'm not offended by my enemies. I actually understand what they're doing. This is why they can't get under my skin. I get what you're doing. That's your job. Your job is to divide and conquer. You're supposed to do this. But we're better than this. We're going to stand tall and say, Mary, we know this strategy. You know, the book Art of War was written 2,000 years ago. You're not doing anything special. We know about this. Can we actually talk about real issues instead of you trying to cause another divorce in America? Because we'd like to stay married. Yes or no? Yes. Let's move on, right? So you have to speak to them in a direct way. Right over here. Yes. Go for it. More young people than ever before don't believe in God. I'm not going to give you 5 moves because I want to go one over here as well because there's a long line, but I'll give you a couple things. You ready? So the way all of you live, okay, and you carry yourself, you're going to get other people to live that way. Vincent Oshana, who here loves Vincent Oshana, by the way? You guys love Vincent Oshana? Do you guys know in May, it'll be 2 years he hasn't had alcohol for 2 years, okay? 2 years. If you see him, give him love. And by the way, ladies, if you see him, he's handsome, he's sexy, he's funny, he's attractive, and he's single. If you're single, you know what I'm saying? Please go see Vinny at our booth. He's taking applications right now. Anyways, that was my quick endorsement there. The way we live as young men and women, because guess who has more temptation today? Us at 46, 40 years old or 18, 17, 20 years old? You guys do. Cocaine, drugs, alcohol, all this stuff. You stand tall, out of those 5, they're going to see you. And they're going to want to go through church through you. And they're going to go to Bible study through you. And then indirectly you change people's lives. This is why I said the next 4 years are about baptizing by the way we live our lives. It doesn't mean walk on eggshells. It doesn't mean we walk on water. But the way we live, we can increase more of the youth wanting to get, be part of church and, kind of have God in their lives. But you guys matter. The way you live matters what happens the next 4-8 years. I got 4 more minutes, 2 more questions. We'll wrap up right here. Go for it.
This will be the last question, Mr. Bet David.
Fantastic. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Jake Secondo. I like your show. Now, I know that you are a big supporter of freedom of speech. Would you be willing to have a controversial character on your show like Nicholas J. Fuentes?
Would I be? Let me tell you what I don't like, okay? What's the purpose of saying the N-word over and over again? Tell me how that helps. You think you're somebody because you can get up and drop that word over and over again? Let's just say you want to have a good family, you live a good life, you want to have kids. You want your kids to see those reruns of you talking like that? I mean, listen, my son uses a certain word that's, I don't even like speaking like that. Now, is he smart? Is he intelligent? Does he have some ideas? He does. He's a very good communicator. For me, though, if you want to have some time with me, the basis, very simple basis for me is respect. If you bring respect, I'll talk to you. If you don't, I can't do anything there. Thank you. God bless. Boom, boom. You guys are the future. Go get them. My man.